My kitchen is smelling so good right now. Look at those. They're not quite done. They're getting crunchy. Got a little bit of sage on top, and basil on the bottom. First time doing it all by myself. And then I'm going to make some homemade jam using honey instead. Love strawberries. Now I'm smashing up my berries, strawberries. So start our jam. Should come out looking like this when you're done smashing it. All runny like with little chunks in it, just like jam. If you'd like to change up some of the flavors or add a little more strawberry flavoring, get some extracts. For this recipe, we're trying to stay as natural as possible, and you can sweeten it with honey. It is best to use your local honey. I live in Ohio, so Ohio raw honey is the best. And mind you, this is my first attempt making my own homemade strawberry jam. I made some puree a few times, but it's the first time making jam. And I'm using a recipe which I have altered a little bit because I'm not making as much. But raw honey is also considered a natural antibiotic. Also, got some other stuff going on here. So the other thing is that raw honey for you in your local area is wherever you live within 150 miles. So within 150 miles where you live, it's considered your local honey because all the bees and stuff pollinate and they travel. All right. So with this recipe conversion, I kind of need about 1/8 of a cup, which is approximately what's left in my container. So I'm just going to squeeze this in here, kind of save any usage and cleaning of material and losing any honey. Another little thing I'd like to mention is that when you're heating up honey, the antibiotic principles and properties and the good enzymes that it has, if you heat it up too high or too often, you'll break those properties down, and then they won't be as beneficial as an antibiotic or a healing mechanism in your body. So typically we don't like to heat up honey too much. If you put in your coffee or tea, let it get to like a finger room temperature type of deal before you add it. Okay? So now we got to sit here. Takes about 30 minutes or so, depending how much you're making. Gotta let it boil. So unfortunately we're heating up the honey, yes. And takes that much time because you want it to little process. A little trick I learned from this one recipe I'm using is when you think it's done, put it on a spoon on a plate in the freezer, let it sit in there for like 5 minutes, and if it falls off the spoon hard, or it's hard for it to fall off the spoon, it's done and ready to cool down and can. As I add some cinnamon to mine towards the end, just like the honey, you know, it breaks down the principles and the properties of the taste. So I like to add my cinnamon at the end because there's no real difference in if you cook it with it or at the end or not. Just gotta make sure you stir it up pretty darn good. Okay, so this is my recipe, and my piece on the spoon that I did in the freezer, it had trouble coming off, and then when it did, of course I licked some and tasted it. Oh, it was good, delicious. So I've got my counting jar here. I'm gonna try to pour this with videotaping. I'll tell you what, this smells good. On top of it, I've been cooking sage and basil, dehydrating in my oven today. It smells like that little Christmas cottage that used to be out here on Hamilton Road by the old tiny theater and Kroger and Kmart, big which was Kmart when I was growing up. It turned into be big Kmart, then they went out of business. Let me tell you, it smells so good in here right now. So voila, there it is, some strawberry jam. Gotta let this cool, and it'll be ready in about an hour or so. Have a good day, y'all. Everybody. Yeah, you see that? The strawberry jam is chilled. Looking good. Remember, I put a hint of cinnamon in this. Oh, look at that consistency. Perfect. Now, I don't have no toast or bread. I realize we're out. But who doesn't like to take a spoonful right off of this? Oh, yes. Delicious, everybody. Take my word for it. Came out good for my first batch. Have a good day.